What's up, people? One of the hardest things I think that is going to be a part of this 90 days is filming a lot of it. And it's not because I don't want to, it's just because I forget to, because I'm so used to living my life the way that I do. But I weighed in this morning at 266.4 pounds. It was 269.4 pounds yesterday and 272.4 pounds day one. So I'm already dropping some weight. A lot of that weight is just going to be my body eating the leftover food that was in my stomach. Some of it is going to be, water. I'm going to start flushing water because my body's going to be using a lot of water to process the food that I am eating and to just stay hydrated, especially with working out and doing cardio. So it'll probably start plateauing a little bit here soon. I probably will lose weight daily, but it will probably reduce significantly. The ultimate goal here is not necessarily weight loss, even though I would like to lose 20 pounds during this 90 days. It's not necessarily the goal. The goal is to put myself into a routine, put myself into something that is challenging, something that is going to make me have to learn more about myself, learn more about my weaknesses, and then problem solve and become creative when situations arise that are out of my control or that are in my control, but there are other options. And utilizing the skills and the tools and the knowledge that I've gained, I feel like I can maneuver through those things pretty well. Like last night, I knew that I had broccoli in the freezer. Organic, good broccoli. And on one of my things is I have 4 cups of broccoli at dinner, mainly for the vitamin A, D, and K and the fiber content of broccoli. It also has high in vitamin C. There's a lot of trace minerals. It's just a really good vegetable to eat. Easier to break down. It's a good vegetable, especially when you get organic, high quality. But I pulled that bag out to make my broccoli, and it was frozen burn. So it had been in there a while. I just didn't realize it. So I had to throw that out, obviously. So what I did is I basically subtracted the calories that I would have ate with that broccoli, because there would have been 120 calories and 14 grams of fat with the oil that I chose. And then obviously the calories of the broccoli themselves and all the macros behind it. So I basically figured that I could have 200 calories ish, and my protein happens to be 97.5 calories. And, so put 2 of those together, and I had some aminos and 20 ounces of water with 6 ounces of berries. And that kept me within my goal range of 75 carbs or less, and it kept me under my calorie range, which is 2,050 calories a day. So it was like 1,900 and something calories at the end of all of it. So sometimes you have to, create something on the fly and not create an excuse or a reason that you can eat more of something that's not good for you. So I stuck within my parameters of what I'm allowed to eat, and I stuck within my calorie and my carb deficit. So I'm pretty proud of that. But I just wanted to show you or tell you that, because that's something really important that people sometimes probably get stuck at. They're like, oh man, I don't have that. What do I do now? And then you overeat something else, or you start to feel bad because you're forgetting, and you kind of give up, and then you let yourself slip. And try to avoid that by doing daily routines, and getting knowledge daily. I listen to podcasts, PhD neuroscientists, I listen to PhD nutritionists, I listen to a lot of just random things, and if I hear something that's interesting, I dive into it. Like I'll watch multiple videos, I'll read papers, I shouldn't say I'll read papers, that makes me sound like I read news articles, and I guess I do read papers, but not like long, I'm not reading no book. I'm getting a lot of the information from people who are much wiser than me, much more educated than me, who have college degrees in Stanford and Yale and Harvard. And these people are, incredibly intelligent. They're at the pinnacle of their field. They are the they are the ones that people search for answers from. And that's something that I've just put into perspective for my life, because there are a lot of people with a lot of different opinions out there, and not all of those opinions are correct. And I don't know that all of my opinions are correct, because obviously I'm not a scientist. I'm not doing the studies myself. I'm not having third party independent, studies done, because one, I'm not rich, and two, I feel like the way that I'm doing what I'm doing just seems a very logical way to approach nutrition and food and health. I'm not trying to overdo it or over analyze it. What I'm trying to do is narrow it down to the very basic principles of what your body needs, or what my body needs. And my body needs high nutritious, vitamin rich and mineral rich foods. And that's what we all need. And the way to get those things, that's the research. That's, what farms to use, what products to use, what, times to eat, how much to eat, and why you're eating it. It's not just about, oh, steak's good. It's why is steak good? What is in steak that helps your body produce energy? What is in steak that helps your body recover? The things that I eat help me recover. They help stave off diabetes. They help with brain function. They help with heart function and vasal restriction and all these different things that, you know, compound into better health. I want my liver function and my kidney function and my heart to function well. I want my brain to function well. I want my blood to be strong, and I want my antibodies to be strong. I want my white and red blood cell count to be right. I want my immune system to be strong. I want to be strong, but not just physically. I want my body to work well. I want my body to work with me, not against me. And that's the whole point of this 90-day protocol. It's finding that strength inside of myself to weigh my food, to write down every day what I'm eating, to go to the gym, to do the things that I don't want to do, like cardio sometimes. I used to love to run. I need to get back into loving to run again. But I'm a little older, I'm a little fatter, my joints hurt a little bit more, and, I have to take things easy. I also have to recognize that I can't just jump into this full force without any regard to, injury or health or any of those type of things. Like, I have to pay attention to my body, I have to pay attention to myself, but I also cannot allow myself to be weak mentally that causes me physical pain or exhaustion. Because you can trick yourself into believing that you're more sore than you are to justify something, or more hungry than you are to justify eating a handful of berries. Your mind will trick you into, going back into old habits that are more comfortable. Stick with the routine. Stick with researching and becoming more knowledgeable. The more knowledgeable you become, the better it is for you and everybody around you. Not everybody's going to agree with you. Not everybody's going to see your opinion as valid. And that's okay, because people are going to have their opinions. They're going to have their ideas because it works for them. But the reality is that there are people out there in the world that have six packs who are very unhealthy. And there are people who are my size with a belly and a gut who have perfect blood work and are doing just fine. And that's because a lot of people starve themselves and they eat things that are not nutrient dense, and they eat things that lack vitamins and minerals, and they just are constantly just surviving off of their own fat and their own flesh. And it puts a toll on their heart, and it puts a toll on their organs, and it's not something that I want to do. I want to eat whole nutritious foods, and I want to utilize utilize the knowledge that I'm gaining from people who are much more intelligent than I am and who have shown through their research and their work and their physical appearance that the things that they are doing are correct. Their blood work is good. They have, a linear perspective on everything around them. And I like that because in that linear perspective, you can branch off into multiple directions with confidence, with understanding and intelligence. You can adapt. You can move through life in a way that will benefit everybody around you and yourself. I guess that's where I'm trying to get to. I know that was a whole rant, but it is what it is.